Demand Analysis Part 3. Fourth, prices of complementary goods remains constant. It is assumed that the prices of complementary goods remain unchanged because a change in the price of one good will affect the demand for the other. Fifth, no expectations about future changes in prices. It is assumed that consumers do not expect any further change in price in the near future. If consumers expect a rise in prices in future, they may demand more in the present even at existing high price. 6. No change in tastes, habits, preferences, fashions, etc. It is assumed that consumers' tastes, habits, preferences, fashions, etc. should remain unchanged. Any change in these factors will lead to a change in demand. 7th, no change in taxation policy. Taxation policy of the government has a great impact on demand for various goods and services. Therefore, it is assumed that there is no change in the policy of taxation declared by government. The law of demand is explained with the help of the following demand schedule and diagram. Demand schedule table 3.3. As shown in table 3.3, when price of commodity X is rupees 50, quantity demanded is 1 kg. When price falls from rupees 50 to rupees 40, quantity demanded rises from 1 kg to 2 kgs. Similarly, at price rupees 30, quantity demanded is 3 kgs, and when price falls from rupees 20 to rupees 10, quantity demanded rises from 4 kgs to 5 kgs. Thus, as the price of a commodity falls, quantity demanded rises, and when price of commodity rises, quantity demanded falls. This shows an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Demand curve, figure 3.5. In figure 3.5, x-axis represents the demand for the commodity and y-axis represents the price of commodity X. DD is the demand curve which slopes downward from left to right due to an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Expectations to the law of demand. There are certain exceptions to the law of demand. It means that under exceptional circumstances, consumer buys more when the price of commodity rises and buys less when price of commodity falls. In such cases, demand curve slopes upward from left to right, which is the demand curve has a positive slope as shown in figure 3.6. Following are the exceptions to the law of demand. First, Giffen's paradox. Inferior goods or low quality goods are those goods whose demand does not rise even if their price falls. At times, demand decreases when the prices of such commodities fall. Sir Robert Giffen observed this behavior in England in relation to bread. He noted that when the price of bread declined, people did not buy more because of an increase in their real income or purchasing power. They preferred to buy superior good like meat. This is known as Giffen's paradox. Second, prestige goods. Expensive goods like diamond, gold, etc. are status symbol, so rich people buy more of it even when their prices are high. Third, speculation. The law of demand does not hold true when people expect prices to rise still further. In this case, although the prices have risen today, consumers will demand more in anticipation of further rise in price. For examples, prices of oil, sugar, etc. tend to rise before Diwali. So people go on purchasing more at a high price as they anticipated that prices may rise during Diwali. Fourth, price illusion. Consumers have an illusion that high-priced goods are of a better quality. Therefore, the demand for such goods tend to increase with a rise in their prices. For example, branded products which are expensive are demanded even at a high price. Fifth, ignorance. Sometimes, due to ignorance, people buy more of a commodity at high price. This may happen when consumer is ignorant about the price of that commodity at other places. Sixth, habitual goods. Due to habit of consumption, certain goods like tea is purchased in required quantities even at a higher price. Variations in demand. When the demand for a commodity falls or rises due to a change in price alone and other factor remains constant, it is called variations in demand. It is of two types. First, expansion of demand. Expansion of demand refers to rise in quantity demanded due to fall in price alone, while other factors like taste, income of the consumer, size of population, etc. remain unchanged. Demand moves in downward direction on the same demand curve. This is explained with the help of following figure 3.7. Expansion of demand. As shown in figure 3.7, DD is demand curve. A downward movement on the same demand curve from point A to point B indicates an expansion of demand. Second, contraction of demand. Contraction of demand refers to a fall in demand due to rise in price alone. Other factors like taste, income of the consumer, size of population, etc. remain unchanged. Demand curve moves in the upward direction on the same demand curve. This can be explained with the help of following figure 3.8. Figure 3.8 is contraction of demand. As shown in figure 3.8, DD is a demand curve. An upward movement on the same demand curve from point A to point B shows contraction of demand.